Good afternoon. My name is Judy Higdon. I'm here with Swami G. I want to introduce you to this phenomenal person who has changed my life, and I think his message is very, very valuable. And this is Swami G right here. And Swami G, would you tell us just a tiny bit about yourself before we get started with the questions, please?
I don't exist.
Trust me, folks, I've known this guy a long time, so this is standard, and of course he's obviously right. And when you say I don't exist, can you just explain, I know you can't explain it per se, but can you say a little something about I don't exist?
Well, I can beat around the bush about it. I don't exist in the fact that my appearance is a total illusion, as the whole world appearance.
It's a total illusion.
Total illusion.
How would you tell that to just a man on the street walking around with his debts and worries?
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't. Okay. No. Can you explain that?
I would leave the poor soul alone.
All right.
Yeah. Why bother him with that? You know, if he asked me, now that's something else entirely. But well, just to go up and tell somebody, be better off just pulling my pants down and showing you my posterior and smiling.
Okay. Well, let's say he has already seen this video on YouTube.
Yeah.
And so he recognizes you,
yeah.
And then he asks you, Sir, how can you say this is an illusion? I have problems.
Now, how can you prove it's real? Prove to me it's real. You're coming with me with the supposition that it's real, and you can't prove it to me that it is.
Okay. Is there anything you can say to him to prove it's unreal?
No. Why should I? Why should I confuse a poor gentleman that's already confused enough?
What if he comes to you for spiritual guidance?
That's something else entirely.
Okay. Let's say his life is in the trash can and he's come to you for spiritual guidance.
Yes.
And he says, Sir, what can you teach me to bring more peace to my soul, my life? What can you tell me?
What do you mean by peace?
Peace means stop worrying about all this. I stop being totally all the time. Just find a middle ground where the problems aren't dragging me down the street.
Can't do it.
Okay. You can't help him with that.
No. He can't do it.
Okay. Can you explain that a little bit?
Well, his ego won't allow that to happen because he's holding on to thoughts and feelings. And the only way for that to stop is for him to cut off the whole ego at the root. And it's basically spiritual suicide.
Okay.
So you kill the ego, and all that's left is what really exists.
Okay, and is this concerning the method, the inquiry, which you taught me, which I've been using,
yes.
which is absolutely magic?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Can you explain a little bit about that, sir?
About what?
The inquiry, what is it?
Inquiry. Asking.
Asking. Like?
Everything.
Which means?
Who am I? That's the best thing. Who am I?
Who am I?
Yes.
Okay.
Who am I? What am I? Where am I? How am I? Why am I? Which one am I? Any of those will lead in the same direction.
So let's say he says, he's got these problems. Well, who am I? And he'll say, well, I'm John, or I am Albert.
Yeah.
And then what? Who is Albert?
How wonderful. That's what he says he is. That's fine with me. That's his problem, not mine.
But how does that break through? How does that give him?
No, you're coming from the supposition that I'm supposed to alter his consciousness, and he has to alter his consciousness. I don't do it. I can give him the tools to do it, but he must request them.
Well, let's say he's sitting in front of you and he's requested them. What would you teach him?
It all depends on what he requests.
Peace of mind.
Peace of mind. What is that?
Peace of mind means for me, personally, no matter what's going on in front of me, I feel a detachment from it, so I have more clarity of thinking and I'm better able to make decisions about what I need to do. That, for me, that's peace of mind.
Well, peace of mind is the mind's dead. It shuts up, stops, finishes.
Shuts up, stops, finishes.
Burnt to a cinder.
Yay! What tools would you suggest he uses to bring his
inquiry. Who am I? And by constantly pulling yourself into yourself and sitting there and not just going, who am I? Who am I? But just contemplating the fact that you exist and being that negates all thinking. And when thinking arises, the trick of vicharas taught by Ramana Maharshi is that you bring your consciousness back to, I'm thinking. Who is it that's thinking? I am thinking. Who am I? And then you go back. And you keep doing this again and again and again and again.
Oh.
And it's like the mind is a plant, and you're cutting it at the root. You're investigating its nature. It being a bundle of thoughts has no nature. It flees when you look into it. When you look into your mind, it's not there. The more you look into your mind and say, I have no mind, you're actually facing God and becoming God. And what people don't realize is that they, when they're not thinking, that's the Lord.
That's God.
Yeah, Shiva, a consciousness of infinite goodness. A consciousness that does not trouble us. Ananda, bliss, eternal. That goes on forever. The fact that we exist, that's all we need.
When I first met you, which is many years ago, and it was about a 10-year period, and then I met you again. And from the very first moment I ever met you, I knew there was a different energy here that I needed to know about, but I had to travel many trails to get there. But when I finally contacted you again and began to be able to be in your presence, just sitting next to you, this amazing energy just came off of you, and things began to happen with me. I mean, sincerely, it happened.
Sincerely, I know that's your perception.
Yeah. It's like something was burning away.
See, you're dealing from your perspective.
Right.
And my perspective is there's no one here to do anything.
No one here to do anything.
Yeah. It's just happening.
Life is, all the events in life are just happening.
It's just happening. They're happening. Play, a leela, bouncing a ball. Don't give meaning to anything.
Don't give meaning to anything. When you don't give meaning to anything, no matter what's bouncing around in front of you.
Well, it's play. It's play. It's just doing it for the heck of it. Just having a good time. And anything beyond that will drive you right up a wall.
So let's say you suddenly get caught up in what I think is Maya. Would you explain Maya can you explain Maya?
Maya?
Yes.
In Christian terms, the veil.
The veil.
Yeah.
Which
if they
means,
have any slight concept what that is.
Can you just give a little explanation?
It's the manner, we call it the Holy Mother. That which makes this seem real.
Okay.
That which makes me seem real. That which gives us solidity. That's Maya. When there's just consciousness which has no solid being. It's ethereal.
So when we think we have a history, and we make our decisions out of that history, that's Maya, right? We really don't have a history.
That's part of it, yes.
I mean, we're just...
But Maya, to describe it in a short period of time is not fair to people watching this, because it is a very involved process that deludes you by a soul which is... This is very hard to explain. Let's put it this way. God has created the whole universe, and God goes, look what I did. What the heck's going on here? Splits up into billions of eyes and goes down to his universe and investigates it. Well, eyes wear out, they come back again and again, they're investigating. So this is going on very quickly to God. To the eyes, it's taking a long time. Well, these idiots start thinking they're real. And they have importance. I'm doing God's work. I see this. And finally they get so lost in what they're doing, they become human beings, and that's us folks.
Okay. Well, you seem to have taken care of the job of being here and working and eating and paying your rent, and yet you're not attached.
To you. Don't bring me down to that level.
You're making my job hard here, okay?
No, that's not my problem.
I know. I realize that. So how do you keep you don't keep yourself because you are there.
Am I? Is there a me to be anywhere? To be there has to be a there to be.
I'm listening.
I don't know where that there is.
Oh, so there is no point. Everything is.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
And it's not.
And it's not.
Yes. And so you have is and you have it is not. Now, these two contradictory phrases will drive you crazy. So you go to the center, the fulcrum, where everything balances on,
Mm-hmm. All right.
and that's called grace, God's grace. And you stay there. You don't go, oh, it's good, oh, it's bad. You just go, oh, it is.
It is.
It is.
It just is what it is.
It just is.
And you make no judgments. You sit back and watch the play. And if you have to take a part, you take a part.
Well, that's the general idea. Now, to pull this off, whoa, it takes a lot of work.
Working meaning studying and reading and meditating and
Each
praying.
person's different. Each person follows their own path. They let their heart unfold and let God within them tell them what to do. Not let some crazy old fool with beads on go, hey, you gotta do this, folks, or you're damned to hell. Yeah.
No, we don't.
Well, are you there?
Okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our first segment with Swami G. And we hope you have enjoyed it. And if you will watch the credits, if you would care to speak further with this man or contact him, his contact information will be on the end of this video. And thank you very much for attending this event. And we will see you very soon. Thank you.